Hey, Notion lovers, and welcome back to my channel. Last week, Notion released the new magical Notion AI in private alpha, and I am so freaking excited to test this new feature out. It was something that Notion kept completely under wraps. Like, not even the Notion ambassador community knew this was happening. It was just like, hey, surprise, guess what? We've been working on this really super cool thing, and suddenly here it is. So, everyone's really excited to jump in here and start playing with it, and I can't wait to jump in and play with it too. But if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. I'm Tasia, like Fantasia, and today we're going to go ahead and explore the new Notion AI together. I have not used it or tested it or even toggled it on yet, so we are on this journey 100% together. But before we dive into it, I would love it if you took a second to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you find it helpful. And of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to know whenever new videos come out. Okay, first let's take a look at the Notion AI website. So I will actually have this linked in the description below so you can join the waitlist, but this is where you can come to get a little bit more information about the new Notion AI and join the waitlist. Right here at the very top of the page, go ahead and click that join waitlist button so you get your chance to play with the new Notion AI as soon as they make it available. And you can watch this quick 1-minute demo to show you some of the different cool things you can do with the new Notion AI. We can brainstorm different ideas. You can use the Notion AI to help you write. There are so many different types of writing content that the Notion AI can help with, and we're going to explore these together in just a moment. Then we have some different options for creative thinking, for brainstorming, and of course, you can also use the Notion AI to help you with editing. And this is going to be a great replacement for Grammarly, especially if you primarily use the Notion desktop app and not the web app. I'm really excited to dive in and start playing with these, so let's go ahead and hop on over. But first, really quick, I have to say, this is the cutest little magic black cat here. I love it. It just makes me smile so hard. Jumping into the Notion AI, when you do get it turned on in your desktop, you'll need to come over to your settings and members. And this is where you're going to go to plans, and under add-ons, you'll see this option to enable Notion AI. You need to make sure to toggle that on in order to access the AI features. So let's go ahead and turn that on. Now, when you open up a new page, you have all of these AI assist options here. Let's go ahead and test out this very first one, the blog post. Let's write a blog post about music performance anxiety. All right. What is music performance anxiety and how can I overcome it? This is really cool. Okay. That's a little bit shorter than I would like to see. Maybe it's just stuck on the introduction, but let's go ahead and hit try again. That's one of the cool things about this is if you get a result using the AI that you're not happy with, you can just hit that try again button and see if it writes something more detailed. Let's just go ahead and hit rewrite. I want to see. Okay. Introduction, music performance. Okay, there we go. Looks like we're getting a little bit more detail this time around. That's good. We have an introduction section, a section about performance anxiety, so explaining what performance anxiety is, and then a few different ways to overcome performance anxiety. The introduction is a type of stage fright. Yep, that is accurate. So that's something that's a little weird. The introduction and the paragraph about performance anxiety, it looks like they are both identical. So something to keep aware of. But this section for overcoming performance anxiety looks like there are a few strategies that are beneficial. Visualization is a big one, positive self-talk, relaxation techniques. These are all very good strategies to help you cope with performance anxiety. Let's keep that one. But let's see what happens if I do help me write a blog post about overcoming music performance anxiety. Looks like I really need that spelling and grammar assist. Okay, so this is cool. It's It's giving us a little bit more information, giving us more of a listicle style article, but most of this information here is pretty typical, pretty common. And let's go ahead and keep that one. That's a good little mini blog article. So maybe merging those two together would make for a better, longer form article. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and keep this. Let's see, what else do we want to try out? Let's try brainstorming ideas. Okay, one thing that I'm working on right now is setting up my newsletters. I'm going to be launching my newsletter in January of 2023. And I'm doing a 2-part newsletter. So you'll have the option to subscribe to one or both newsletter segments. One of them is Notion related. It's going to be called A Creative Notion, in line with this YouTube channel. So I'll make sure to share Notion tips and different ways that you can use Notion to help manage your creative practice. That's going to be the whole focus of that part of the newsletter. But my other really big passion in life is obviously music. Music is a huge part of my background, so I want to also have a chance to talk to you and share a little bit about some of the psychological things that come with being a musician, using mindfulness techniques to build up mental resilience as a musician, performance anxiety, like what even is performance anxiety, and some of the different aspects of being a musician that aren't really covered in the traditional educational curriculum. Let's brainstorm some newsletter ideas. Okay, what is a good name for a newsletter about using mindfulness to develop mental resilience as a musician? Let's see what Notion has to say about that. A Symphony of the Mind, Resilient Musician, Mindful Musings, The Mental Musician, Mindful Maestro. Ooh, that one's kind of fun. Those are cool. All right, let's go ahead and keep those, but let's rephrase it a little bit differently and see if we come up with anything else. Let's try brainstorming ideas about a name for a newsletter about developing mindfulness as a musician. Okay, those are kind of cool. The Muse, A Musician's Guide to Mindfulness. That's cute. That would be a really good book name for a book about mindfulness and music. In the Moment, Mindfulness Approach to Making Music. Oh, that's cool. The Power of Now, Mindfulness for Musicians. I like some of those. Let's go ahead and keep those. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to name it, but I like having some of these options to play with and help spark my own creativity. Let's try something else. Help me write. And this is where, using the AI assist, you can select one of the options here, or if you go to more, this is where you can actually come in and find some more information. Oh, here's a fun one, a poem. Let's try a poem. Let's write a haiku about being an orchestral percussionist. Oh, that is not a haiku. Well, is it? Not really, but I like that. Okay, let's try again. As you get more familiar with the Notion AI, you can use the / command to select the specific AI prompt that you want to use. Go ahead and type out poem. Let's try a haiku again. A haiku about being a percussionist in orchestra. Okay, so it's not a short haiku. It's more of a long form. That's still not a haiku. It's too many syllables. But I like all of these little poems. All right, we're gonna keep them. Let's try one more time. Write a haiku about being a percussionist in an orchestra. Haiku. I am the heartbeat of the orchestra, my hands dancing on the drums. Okay, that's more of a haiku. That's cute. With the AI, it's smart, but obviously computers are still not quite as smart as people. What do we want to try next? Let's try a pros and cons list. Let's do a pros and cons list for getting a degree in graphic design. Okay, this looks pretty accurate. Graphic designers are in high demand. Graphic design is a well-paying profession, lead to many different types of jobs. That is true. Creative field, self-expression, rapidly growing field, also true. A degree in graphic design can be expensive. This is true. Job market can be competitive, demanding, rapidly changing, and yeah, not all jobs in graphic design require a degree, so you may not need it. Let's try another pros and cons list. Let's do a pros and cons list for moving into a van and traveling the US, which is sort of what I'm doing next year, but instead of a van, I am actually moving into an RV, so that'll be exciting. But let's see what Notion AI has to say about that decision. Great way to see the country, meet new people, save money, live a simpler life, get away from it all. Yes, these are all very much the reasons why I am moving into an RV, so I can take this creative life on the road. Difficult to find parking, also true. Difficult to find a shower, that's why I'm getting an RV, so that I have a built-in shower. Difficult to find the restroom, also built-in restroom. Find a place to cook, built-in kitchen, and find a place to sleep, built-in bed. Those are pretty great. Let's see what else we want to play with. Let's do an outline. This is where using an outline might be a great starting point for any of your writing. If you're writing any detailed articles or anything that's more long-form content. Okay, let's try an outline that's a detailed step-by-step guide for how to become a glass-blowing artist. Let's see what Notion has to say about this. How to become a glass-blowing artist. Okay, step 1, research. Step 2, find a mentor. Step 3, practice. Step 4, sell your work. Well, I mean, I guess technically that's accurate, but that's not very detailed, so let's try again. Let's see what it does if I use the same prompt. Very similar, but researching the craft of glassblowing, finding an artist to apprentice with, attend glassblowing class. A little more detail in this one, so that's good. Let's go ahead and keep that guy. I personally don't know a whole lot about glassblowing, but I thought that would be a fun one. Fun creative art to see if Notion AI can keep up with the details related to something like that. And it looks like it's pretty surface level, but maybe as the Notion AI learns a little bit more, it might pull in more detailed information as it progresses. Let's try a different outline. Let's try a detailed step-by-step guide for how to become a YouTuber. Okay, that's not too bad. Choose your niche or niche, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I switch back and forth depending on the context, honestly. Choose a niche, create content, set up your YouTube channel, optimize your channel, grow your audience, make money. Yeah, that'll be fun. Hopefully I can get to that make money part eventually and start sharing even more with you guys. I would love that. All right, let's keep that one. Let's see, what else can we play with? Let's try the job description. Let's do a job description for a theater director. Okay. Responsible for creative vision, overall performance. That is correct. Yeah, these actually look pretty accurate. I'm curious what the job description will be for an orchestral percussionist. That's very simple and straightforward. The orchestral percussionist is responsible for playing percussion instruments in an orchestra. You don't say. Okay, that's fun. I want to do one more job description because I'm enjoying this too much. Job description. Ooh, here's a good one. Sound healer / sound practitioner. Because this is something that I've been getting into lately, using sound to heal. Responsible for providing sound healing services to clients, consultation, assess client needs, developing and implementing treatment plans, providing follow-up care. That sounds a little bit more clinical than like real life, but let's go ahead and keep that. That's kind of cool. So certification in sound healing, working with clients, communication. Yeah, most of that is fairly accurate. Just some of the verbiage is a little too precise in my opinion. But overall, I think it's really, really close. What do we want to play with next? Let's try, a creative story. This one will be fun. A creative story about finding a magical musical instrument that takes you to any era in time and lets you play with the best musicians across history. How freaking cool would that be? Let's see what Notion has to say about it. Okay. That opening line, though. You were walking through the forest minding your own business when you saw a light shining through the trees. Oh, that's cute. Okay, this is fun. I'm going to go ahead and share this page in the description. So if anyone wants to come through and read all of these line by line, you're more than welcome to. I think that would be a really fun way to share this little tidbit with you. That's a cute little creative story. Let's try the spelling and grammar next. This is where I need to actually write something out and then have the Notion AI fix it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Perfection have its price. I talk good English. Let's see what Notion has to say about that. AI assist, fix spelling and grammar. Perfection has its price, no apostrophe, that's good. I speak good English. Okay. Go ahead and replace that, and there we go. That's cool. Ooh. Looks like I need the Notion spelling and grammar to fix my spelling of grammar. Derp. Here's another fun one. Let's try writing a social media post. Let's try writing a Twitter thread about visual note-taking techniques and see what Notion has to say about that. Benefits of visual note-taking. Okay, so this isn't quite a thread, but let's copy. Let's keep that, but let's try again. See if it can do a Twitter thread. It might just be a general social media post, something that would be better on like Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn post. Yeah, see, this is something where the format here would probably work more effectively on platforms other than Twitter or any, non-visual platforms, anything other than like YouTube Shorts, Instagram, or TikTok. These are actually pretty good starts. And this is something where, like the 5 tips for better visual note-taking, the actual list version, this is something where you could turn this into a Twitter thread and maybe create a little visual to go along with each of these points. So that's a great way you can use Notion to help you formulate an idea and then execute on it in whatever way works best for what you're trying to achieve. All right, let's do one more example here. One of the ones that I really want to try out is this sales email. So let's try writing a promotional email for my Notion for Music practice template. All right, let's see what Notion has to say about that. So meta, Notion writing a sales email about Notion. Woohoo. Okay, I like that subject line. Customize your music practice with Notion. Might do that. If you're like most music students or professionals, key point there, because even if you're a professional, you're actually an eternal student of music. This is actually pretty good. Let's try another sales email. That's pretty good. I might keep this and use it for later. So if you guys see this in an upcoming email, now you know where it came from. Let's try another sales email, but this time let's do one for a holiday sale. That's actually pretty decent. So in one of my main gigs, I actually do a lot of email marketing for clients, and I do all of the configuration, sometimes design elements, sometimes I just do all of it. And sometimes my brain just gets so burnt out on creating graphics and putting everything all together that I have a hard time coming up with the words that I want to express the intention behind the email. So this will be a really, really cool little tool to help me when I fritz my brain out on the design process. Okay, this was really fun. So there we have 10 different examples of how you can use the Notion AI assistant to help you write different types of content. This will be a really, really helpful tool if you're trying to increase your content creation and you need just a little bit of help with your writing. Sometimes it's great to have additional input if you're trying to brainstorm something. I often love brainstorming with friends or bouncing ideas off of people, but this is something where you can use the Notion AI and they can be kind of a sounding board where you input the information that you're looking for and they can give you some ideas back, and then you can expand on those ideas and get something really custom and really high quality that's uniquely you. Again, this was so much fun to play with. I can't wait to keep testing it out and seeing what other things we can do with this incredible new Notion AI tool. It's magic. Like, I can't wait for all of you to get your hands on it so you can test it out for yourselves. Check out the link in the description below. I'll make sure to link to the Notion AI website so you can get on that waiting list for yourself. And I can't wait to see what you use it for. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want me to test, like drop those in the comment below and I will try doing another update video where I use some of your recommendations and your questions to test out this new Notion AI tool. Okay, friends, thanks for joining me today. And as always, stay creative.